goes off on an IG Live and apparently is flashing a piece mocking the situations that's going on right now. Why he seems to be partying and kicking it during an IG Live. Now, my thing is, I don't know if this is something new, this is something old, or what have you. But if this is something new, this is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. Because who are you going to win against? Even though there's no charges, even though the person might have been faking, you don't antagonize the league by flashing a piece. That's something you just don't do. Period. You don't flash a piece. Even if the play, I don't care if it's a BB gun, it could have been a water gun. You don't spit in the face of the league like that. Because they will make an example out of you. Like they're trying to do now. I told you, they want you to be the new Allen Iverson. Don't make them make you, don't help them make you the new Allen Iverson. That's what they want. This image is what they want to show the world. Now, I know you was probably using that to taunt them, but this is a bad idea. A very bad idea. And what happens when you have a collective group of bad ideas? You get stuff like this. So this is probably what they mean by you don't have the right people around you. Because this right here would put all of that in question. No doubt. Because if I'm your father, I'm pissed if I'm seeing this and seeing you flash something. Now, you could celebrate with your friends and doing all kind of twisted stuff with your fingers. I don't even know what that means, but you do. But the thing is, that's you. If you want to do twisted stuff with your finger stuff, that's all on you. But when you sitting here kicking it on Instagram Live and doing all kind of goofy stuff like flashing a piece, I just pray it was something previously before all this attention and somebody's just bringing it back up. I pray to God that you were not crazy enough to showcase a piece now after all this stuff is going on. That's all I pray. Because I could not foresee anyone doing that after the fact. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that this is an old IG Live and it just got put up. That this is an old IG Live and somebody just probably posted it or found it and tried to make him look bad. Someone said this is recent, but like I'm saying, I don't know if it's recent because I didn't see the IG Live. But I know I've never seen this until a few hours ago. So everyone's saying like, this is recent. And if it's recent, this is dumb. This is not the way to go. Now, what to me it looks like he's mocking the situation of all the people who calling him a thug, saying he pulled a gun. Now, his lawyer said no gun was ever pulled, ever, or drawn, or shown to anybody that that person made that up. Let me explain to you the dangers of what that invokes. That the young person, such as Ja, don't seem to get or understand. Because he's not a thug. He's not in those streets. Let me explain to the rest of the world what we already know. But here's what you don't want. Other people in your camp are going to have to fight for you now. People that you love and care about are going to get in legal troubles and situations in different cities and different towns because people are going to say, oh man, that's Ja Morant. He think he tough. He a punk. I'm going to try him. So now they want to see if you're all about what you say you're about. And now because of camera phones, it's always somebody going to be like, watch, I'm going to check his temperature. Watch. What's up, Ja? What's up? What's up? Huh? Man, you pull that piece on me, I'll make you eat it. Doing anything they can to antagonize him and somebody he's with. You don't know which city, you don't know which state it's going to be. Somebody is going to try to check your temperature. I hope it's old footage. That's what I'm saying. I don't trust the internet. So when I see that, that's why I said it in such a way. Because I don't trust the internet. I don't believe it's new. I just wouldn't believe something like that would be new. I think somebody just went back, found that old live stream where Ja flashed a gun and then put it up. Because I couldn't see him or foresee him doing something like that after the fact with all of this going on. Because with this situation going on, I wouldn't show a water gun. I wouldn't show no kind of gun. Trust me, I'm a guy who had gun cases. Mm-mm. What's up, Michael? No, I didn't talk about Joe Budden's comments on Michael B. Jordan because that's what he wants. I'll be airing him out on the Patreon a little later. But see, that's what that clown wants because his show is trash. That's why he has 5 people now, 6 people on the mic talking. Because he got nothing going on this show. His show is dead. When Rory and Mal left, he killed the show. He thought he was that interesting. People showed up just to hear Joe. He's the star. But don't worry, I'm going to get into him. Now, here's the main problem that we have. The main problem that we have as a people and I want to point this out to everyone in the world right now who might not get it or understand, a commonality that you find more quite often than usual. Is that we tear down, and it's more popular to tear down than it is to uphold. We don't want to uphold people to standards. We rather tear them down. So it's more fun and profitable to tear them down. Even if the information is false, they run with it. They don't even have to defend anything. They just run with it. Well, they want Ja to be the villain of the NBA. So they like the fact, oh, go ahead, flash the guns. Now he's just like Allen Iverson. Mission accomplished. Now, Memphis Grizzlies will never win a championship. They might throw them in the finals to have them get embarrassed by a team in the East, like Giannis and them or something, or the Celtics. The clean-cut Jason Tatum guy will always beat this guy. They never tried to understand what Allen Iverson was going through. There's been plenty of people in other cities that tried to start stuff with Iverson because he had a bad reputation. So if you just threw it out there, Allen Iverson got in a fight in the club. So I'm just praying this is old material, because if it's old material, then it's explanatory. Everything's explanatory to say, okay, I see what they're doing. They're really doing a smear campaign on Ja Morant. It just confirms it to the T. Jamil said it's not old. Well, if this isn't old, it's ridiculous. Because there's no way he should be flashing any kind of gun, even if you're trying to antagonize people. because you don't do that. Even though his lawyer said nobody flashed a gun at that young man or nothing, now they got you on IG flashing a gun piece and doing all these different things. You don't give them the visual aid. I don't care if it's a BB gun, water gun, you're not pointing the gun, but you're pointing at it and smiling like it's a joke. Hit the like button, good people. If you agree, this is poor behavior. Right. People don't know. I don't know what those signs mean because I'm not in the gang, and neither are the people who talking about it. The people who talking about it are not in gangs, so they don't know what those signs mean. They could be some to his crew, but I'm from a city where you don't throw up no type of signs if you ain't something. Because I have seen handicapped people get beat down. They are disabled mentally, and they mistakenly thought the person was throwing up gang signs, and they beat this person. I was just about to bring that up, Kyrie. I live in that city where things like that get misconstrued all the time. I'm not putting any of this on AI. I said they're trying to make him Allen Iverson. They villainized Allen Iverson because he was anti what the common order was with David Stern. David Stern didn't like tattoos. He was making Dennis Rodman wear armbands to cover up tattoos. Allen Iverson started wearing that sleeve on his arm, and he loved that. And everybody in the league started wearing a sleeve on their arm. Kobe Bryant started wearing one. Allen Iverson did it because he needed it to keep his elbow in place because his bone was popping out of joint. So this was going to keep the elbow in joint. He had injuries. It's a medical sleeve. So he needed it. But every time Allen Iverson did something, it became a fashion statement. I don't think Ja needs to be in prison. I just think he needs to be aware of what he's doing. Like, that isn't cool. You know, partying with your friends, that's cool. Y'all ain't committing no crime. But remember, this same stupidity happened to John Wall. John Wall came out in the world, and he was the clean-cut guy. They loved him. And he was the sparkle of everybody's eye. Then he played in the league for a couple of years. Then came all these tats, all these different, characters he's hanging with, him drinking. And when you start showing that on the internet, sponsorships start to turn off. Now, I'm quite sure his agent is getting a lot of calls. If this is live, he's going to get a lot of calls based on this one video. Calls are going to come flying in. If I'm his lawyer, I'd be like, can he quit making my job harder? You can party and kick it and do everything. I'm worried about somebody else filming you and you filming yourself. I'd be like, if you about to do something, call me first. Come ask me if that's a good idea. Run it by me, and I'll let you know if it's a good idea to do it. It's just not a good idea. Well, everybody's different. John Wall ain't Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson ain't John Morant. John Wall ain't John Morant, and none of them. They all different. But it's not about how different they are. They're gonna say, "Oh, what did they have in common?" Oh, they wanted to be a thug. John Wall, whole thing was injuries, right? And they took a toll on him. And unfortunately, great player. One of the fastest guys I've seen with the basketball in a very long time. And now it's like he's a shadow of himself and doesn't look like he's going to be in the NBA anytime soon. Like, he's back where he started. He's back with the Rockets. Well, not where he started, but the team he had came from. Well, what started John Wall's downfall was something different. You know how they do those? They follow you when you're sitting there and you're focused on they put him with a kid from cancer from Washington, and he was there. They monitored it, all those goodwill charity moments, and they detailed it. And she was his number one fan, and he was always in her corner. And she was supposed to make a recovery, and she ended up didn't go into recovery, and she ended up losing her life, the little girl. And it had such a dramatic effect on his life because he really was connected to the little girl. Like, he wasn't doing it just for the show. And it ruined him. He scored a lot of points that game. The day she passed, and he got the news, and he was devastated. And that kind of never left his mind. Like you said, you never know what somebody's going through, but that hit him so hard, and no one seemed to care. And no one seemed to say, "Hey, what's going on here? Why is John Wall so emotionally disturbed?" So now they saying, "Oh, we got to start figuring out all these NBA players, they got gang ties. Are they gang members?" That's what the NBA now, that's what they think of that about us anyway. They think I'm a gang member. Don't try to sort it out. Start throwing up signs and doing stuff like this on video, and he just partying and kicking it. His buddies recording. They don't even see that this is a bad idea. The NBA did. And he had to issue an apology for just kicking it. All he's doing is drinking and hanging out with people. Right, he's drinking, he's hanging out with his people, and he brings out a red rag. Now, they would say that would entice people to want to go after this man from the other side because he didn't pledge. He didn't just say, I'm affiliated. He basically saying, this is where my alliance is. And the NBA don't want that. They don't want to hear one of their players was gunned down. He hadn't been the same since she passed.
It's just tough, man. You know what I mean? To see a little kid that fights so hard. This game's for her, man. All my jerseys, my shorts, I'm giving it to her family. It's a tough day for me. I really cried today. So.
What's up? I'm talking to you before the game, and you're never like this. She really touched your heart, didn't she? But obviously, John's very emotional, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Man, I mean, he was never the same after that. And it's unfortunate, and this is why those situations really hit home. What they did, the Washington people wanted to use as a goodwill, to show good character, builds, the the reputation of the player. And not like it's just a PR piece, even though it is, it's like hand in hand. The kid was actually a big fan of John Wall's. So it's like a make-a-wish situation. And normally those kids, they're in remission because you don't want to put that kind of weight on a athlete or have the person that they was by their side, lose their fight. And, if the player was that connected to the family and to the child, that's like losing a family member or somebody close to you. It takes an effect, and it affected John Wall. Then you get injured. So you have no time, nothing to do but to dwell on that. But no one talks about that. They don't bring that up. They just say, oh, he's a thug. How many times you heard people ever bring that up when they talk about John Wall? Almost next to never. John Wall is not a thug. Neither is John Morant. Allen Iverson, I don't know. Now, I don't know about AI. But no, he's not. Allen Iverson's not a thug. That's where people just don't get. Mm-hmm. He needs a proper image consultant. No, they got advisors around him. It's just that what you choose to do on your own is yours. If you hit the button on IG Live and just start recording while you're kicking it, ain't nothing the image consultant could really do. At that point, they could try to clear it all up, because I'm quite sure the league is going to give him a phone call. If this is a real, like if this was current, he's definitely getting a call from the league. You don't have NBA players flashing weapons of no kind. Unless it's a licensed hunting trip or something like that, you don't even do that. That's foolish. And if your father, I don't see his father was there, but if his dad's there, that's not something he's going to approve of. No, people got to understand, when you get to that point, there was a lot of things that they said they were going to do, they didn't do, they lied about doing, the whole nine. Because you got fake friends, man. They everywhere. You got fake friends in the business. Hit the like button. It be your friend that hit you. It gonna be your friend that set you up. It's gonna be the guy that's in one of your photos that you took. Gonna be the one to plot against you. That's how this game works. It's dirty as hell. Nobody cares. They don't care about your feelings or well-beings. You think anybody caring about Ja Morant's family, how he gonna feed his family? Nope. They care about what he doing on the basketball court. So the only people that's really gonna care with him when the smoke clears is his family. And what happens when the money ain't coming in like it used to? And you was taking care of everybody. See, that don't work. That only works for so long. I know from seeing it from experience. You know, I've been around Floyd Mayweather, damn near his whole rise to him becoming a billionaire. So I had to see it firsthand. I saw Floyd Mayweather do things for people that other people would never do. Floyd Mayweather is a billionaire. A billionaire. And he keeps going back to the hood. He ain't got to do any of it. But he does it and keeps going back to the hood. When he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go back to the hood. He goes back and kicks it amongst his people. He has employed many people off the books, taking care of people's families. And I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for families. People who had no jobs was getting some bread. And just by hanging around him, you are showered with gifts that's worth a fortune. If he buying himself something, he'll buy you something too. Because he wants to keep you from hurting him. So he said, I'm not just going to buy myself something. That is a lie. Floyd Mayweather can read. He's proved he can read. Y'all, that whole Breakfast Club thing was crazy because the way they had it set up, they had emojis in place of stuff, and it was like 6 in the morning. And Floyd's trying to read this stuff they got. They was like, okay, I heart or I love radio. Because they got just a heart there. They didn't got the word. So he's trying to read the emojis as they got them in the damn sentences. So it wasn't like he couldn't read. Hell no, when you got emojis in there, they got the eye and then they got a heart. So he was like, I love radio. And they were like, oh, I heart radio. And it's like, man, look, I'm doing y'all a favor. He don't have to do a drop. That's what's so stupid for them. They chose to do that. Then they're gonna apologize for it. Oh, I apologize because we shouldn't have did it. We shouldn't have did that. Yeah, I know you shouldn't have did that because y'all stupid. Now, because y'all put that out to try to clown Floyd, when he was doing y'all the favor by doing y'all a drop, he don't need to do a drop for y'all. But y'all wanted to clown him. That's why y'all are in the position y'all in. They're looked at as clowns. That's about all I can say about that one. Them. Clowns do what clowns do. I tore my knee up, buddy. Well. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I seen how people were with him. I see how they tried to tear him down. I see how they tried to come for Floyd. And Floyd told everybody, he said, look, this is my last fight. So hopefully y'all was able to use me to get some deals, do something, because this is it. I can't take care of y'all no more. I got to take care of me and my family now. So all those people who was hanging around, who didn't do anything but just kick it, the party was over. Now, everybody knows I got a gun. I got guns. But you don't see me flashing them. But I know people believe it. So, and I ain't in the NBA. So we got to start reevaluating what we actually do. No. Oh, definitely subscribe if you're new. If you're new, subscribe to the page. I think that would be obvious by now, but no, this is what they want to do. They want to villainize Ja Morant. It's the game, man. It's dirty, it's filthy, but this is how they play it. This is exactly how the game is played. So what I'm going to be doing this Saturday morning is doing what I normally do, provide content for you. It's a Patreon day. Everybody should be caught up with everything on the Patreon, so now it's time to hit y'all with the other stuff. Yeah, I put some bets out there. I don't know how everybody did on the bets. I'm sorry, sir. I don't believe in kissing people's butt like Gil does. That's not the way I get down. But if that's your style, go ahead. Be a part of that. Um, there are a lot of people that's not going to agree with how 90% of the things that are going on is done. It's just that's the way of the new world. You know, people never see themselves in a position where they could be the victim or they could have a problem with someone or something bad happens. You know, they don't put themselves in those predicaments or situations. They just don't feel it's warranted or something, you know. So for me, it's just a learning situation, a learning curve. I never look at a situation like some people do. No, person. Don't confuse a straight shooter with a BSer. Someone can appear to look like they're a straight shooter, but they never really telling you anything. Most of the stuff you know about Gil, I told you. If I didn't make a video exposing all of these things to the forefront, you wouldn't know about him. So how is he the straight shooter? He's a straight BSer. That's all he does. He BS'd himself into getting a contract. That's all he did. He BS'd himself into getting a contract. So let's learn from Gil. Let's go ahead, lie, try to destroy somebody, use other people's, and kiss butt. I'm just not made that way. Everybody got their way of getting to where they want to go, and they got their routes they take to get there. I don't like that route. I'd rather partner with somebody who I'm cool with, who understands what being a man is, rather than dealing with someone who's a snake. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be in a different light than put in a incredible sector that's going to invoke the world. Now, later on today, I'm going to do something that's very controversial, and I'm going to invite my Patreons. I'm going to invite all of us together in a StreamYard later on today as we finna go through something that's gonna probably get me kicked off YouTube. So that's going down today. So I advise everybody to get on the Patreon. And sign up. My Casino for Life Patreon is definitely something you're gonna want to get, because today is the day. This is it. It could all come to an end today. Thanks, Outlaw. That is my Cash App. Well, it looks like I'm doing nothing. But what I actually did was just straighten up some things that shouldn't be there, put something where it needs to be, because it's going to go on a wall. So I'm put it there to remind myself that's where it's going, on the wall. So where it looks like nothing to you, I multitask. Oh yes, the Casino for Life Patreon is going to take it to another level. Why risk losing everything? Because that's what we do, right? We push the boundaries to a whole new height. That's what we do here. So, shouts out to Kwame Brown Bust Life. Kwame Brown Bust Life 2.0. Damn D. Live on Damn D Live Beefs. You got a long name. The One Crack News is jumping. Armando Black TV. Welcome to HD TV. I gotta watch AD's last live stream. I missed that. But he was saying some things in there I saw from the title that I wanted to jump in on. So I don't know what's up with self-talk lately. I guess I don't know. His hits, he be going for the hits and stuff, and I don't know. He just went left, went rogue. But, it's just like what we said. It'd be all those people that's with you when you up on the top. But when you start to come down, you see those people fade away. So I need to let my phone charge. And I need to get this work done. And then that live stream is going to be incredible. So let me go ahead and get situated. And we'll do that one. And that's going to be That's gonna be the one. The one I'm gonna say goodbye on. They might shut me down after that one. But you gonna understand it all. I'm out.